Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. We're starting off today in the creative testing world because I want to get your guys' opinion on something. First of all, though, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I am having a fantastic day myself. It's a little bit late. I've been working all day, but I'm having a blast. And Kingdoms, we have updated to the latest snapshot, so we now have all the new concrete and terracotta blocks and all that kind of super awesome stuff, and that's kind of what I wanted to get your opinion about. So, as you know, if you have been following the series, I've got a texture pack, and the texture pack changes a bunch of textures, among them clay. So, this is gray-stained clay. This is cyan-stained clay. And so on and so forth. Essentially, a lot of the weird colors, black, a lot of the clay textures are kind of strange in vanilla, so I changed them and did away with them. However, with the addition of these concrete blocks, I don't know if that needs to remain the case. Like, look at these two. This is my black stained clay. That's also the black stained clay. Wow, I meant to do the black concrete. Well, there's definitely a difference between those two for sure. What about the black concrete powder? That's kind of somewhere in between. I'm just trying to look and see if I want to keep these, because I'm considering changing the texture pack and undoing some of these clay changes now that we've got concrete and the concrete powder. I don't know that we necessarily need some of these. Now, on the other hand, the Minecraft color palette itself has also been changed. So, for example, this is blue in my texture pack. That's blue wool. And previously, these matched almost exactly. Like so yeah, that's a thing. Red concrete, right? That's very, very red. I don't know. I want to get your guys' thoughts. What should I undo the hardened clay changes that I did, the stained clay change, since we have the concrete blocks now? Or should I leave it as is? I mean, the concrete blocks, or the stained clay blocks that I did get rid of, realistically, I'm never going to use them anyway, because they're ugly colors. Yeah. And the ones that I would use have been changed, so like gray stained clay is, cyan stained clay, essentially, in the default texture pack. I don't know. I want to get your opinion on that. The other thing I want to get your opinion on is, I'm also strongly considering, so this is our glass texture right here, right? That's what our regular old glass looks like. On the other hand, this is our stained glass. And I'm thinking of changing our stained glass to match up with the regular glass, like this. I think that might be a good idea. I think it would be a lot more consistent, and I don't think it would look bad in the builds where we've used stained glass, with the possible exception being the light gray, just because I use that sometimes when I don't want you to really see the glass at all. But I think I could get over that. I don't think it would be that big of a deal. So I'm thinking that's a texture pack change I may want to make as well. I want to get your opinion on that. Let me know in the comments, please. I would love to get your opinion, because even though it's my texture pack and my series, it's our series. It's ours. Speaking of which, thank you all so much for the support on episode 100. You guys seem to really enjoy it. I got a lot of really nice positive comments. There were a lot of people saying, I've been here since the beginning, or I remember when this happened, or this is my favorite series and I've watched the whole thing, or I can't believe I've watched 100 episodes of one series, or there was just so much positivity in the comments, and I really appreciate that. That was a very special episode. There's a lot of time that went into that one because of all, well, you guys, if you saw it, you know why it took so long. And if you didn't see it, go back and watch it because it's totally worth your time. That's the video that I'm the most proud of, at least in recent memories. So anyway, let's jump over into the actual Kingdoms world, get loaded up in there, and I think we're going to play around a little bit with the new blocks. Alright guys, I am back. So we're here in the actual Kingdoms world now, and the first thing I want to do is experiment a little bit with some of these new blocks. So let's grab some gravel. This cobble can go in there. I just want to kind of get organized before I start randomly doing some of this stuff. Let's see, we need that. I need some sand, and then I think it's dye, if I remember my recipe correctly. I may not actually have any gray dye, though. Unless I keep it in here. Well, that's where I keep my dye, but that's... I need some ink sacs, and I thought I had a ton of them, but I'm not seeing, like, any. Where are all my ink sacs to dye the... Wow, I may actually be completely out. I thought you could get those from fishing, though. Maybe not. All right, well, let me run off and try and get some squids. I'll be back with you in a minute. All right, guys, I am back. So I've got myself a number of ink sacs. I've got myself some clay as well, because we're going to have to play around with some of that stuff, too. But let's try out the gray stuff first. So let's get a little bit of bone meal here. And let's just make some gray dye. There we go. And then let's actually make some light gray as well. I just want to try these. And we'll start with gray concrete powder. And then we'll do light gray. I think the light gray would be better for this purpose. What I want to try is using this in here as an additional material for this mixture that we love so much. It's not bad. Now, is this... Okay, I'm assuming this is shovel, right? Yeah. Okay. So there's that. And that's not bad. What about the regular? Is that too dark? I think that's too dark to mix with stone, for sure. Interesting. Okay. So, couple options, and we can mix some gravel in too. That's something that I have done, except actually, no, it isn't. Just notice, that's not something that I've done. Let's put you here, and we'll do that. Kind of get that depth in. Okay, so that's an option. Also, there is brown, and I don't know. I do have some cocoa beans. Let's just, by the way, I should probably mention, this is a shapeless recipe. You can put them in however you want. It's 4 sand, 4 gravel, and then a dye of some sort, but it really doesn't matter what the dye is. So, let's see. Let's grab some coarse dirt. And I've got a little bit of regular dirt, and let's just see how this mixes. That's a nice mix, too. That's also nice. I like it. Okay. I'm just trying to think of their use in, like, landscaping and stuff. So we've got the gray, we got this. Let's grab ourselves... Do I have a water bucket in here somewhere? I don't know that I do. That's strange. I usually do. Unless I put it in a shulker box? No? No, I really don't have... Wow, and I'm completely out of iron? What? Oh, man. I'm really that out of iron, huh? Do I have any hiding in here? Ah! Saved. Okay. We're good. Man, that was a close one. So let's try out the concrete versions of these and see what they look like. I know I could do this in a creative world, but I want to do this with you guys, and I want to do it in this context so you guys can kind of get an idea of some things. Let's get a water bucket. Let's find an area where there's not going to be spillage, knocking over torches and stuff. We could oh no, because that'll mess up the item frames. Where can I do this without messing everything up? Over here, maybe? There's not really anything over here I care about. Yeah, this'll work. Okay, so let's just put down a couple of those, and a couple of those, and we'll just go like so. Wow, that is really smooth. That is really, really smooth. So, how would that mix? The gray is a really dark gray. I may lighten that up a little bit in my texture pack. It's hard to say. Let's just try the light gray. That looks kind of out of place in this context. I think we could find a use for this, but I think so far the light gray concrete powder is probably going to be the most useful to use in this setting as like a stone type block. Now, also, while we're kind of playing around with these, I want to talk a little bit about the snapshot, the update, and why I am incredibly excited for the next Minecraft update. I have a feeling, and it's just a hunch, it's nothing official or anything like that, but I kind of have this feeling that this may end up being the Builders update that I've been hoping and praying for, well, pretty much since I started playing Minecraft. So, I am, as you guys know, I consider myself to be a builder. That's my thing, right? I'm not a redstoner. I'm not a PvPer. No, I'm a builder. That's what I do. That's how I do, as they say. So, there are some things that the building community has been missing for a while. Specifically, slabs and stairs for a lot of things, and we've been asking for those things forever and ever and ever. And this update, this snapshot comes out, right? And what do we get? A whole bunch of new blocks, but none of them include slabs and stairs. Just our luck. However, I think it was Jeb, I may be wrong, but I think it was Jeb tweeted that they're working on revamping Minecraft's block ID system so that essentially we will be able to have a lot more blocks in the game. Because I don't know how many of you know this, but there's a limited number of available ID numbers for blocks, and until that gets changed, they can only add so many blocks to the game. And I think with the addition of all the new blocks, there's something like 3 block IDs left or something like that. Like, it's a very, very small number. It's an incredibly small number. Let's see what this looks like. If I toss him in there, we'll let that smelt up. And then I think I might dye some of this clay. Yeah, we'll have to see. But anyway, so I think what we're going to do is this. Does it not smelt? Does it? Regular hardened clay doesn't smelt. Okay, that's good to know. So it only works with colored clay, with the stained clay. Interesting. Anyway, so I think it was Jeb tweeted out and said that they're working on revamping that system so that we'll be able to have many, many, many more block IDs in Minecraft, which I think is a great thing. I think that's a very important step and a very necessary step for a lot of different reasons. But what I'm hoping is that that is the reason that we haven't seen slabs and stairs for all the things, and that with this change, we're going to see the addition of not just these blocks, but a revamp of a lot of already existing blocks. I'm hoping we see slabs and stairs for the blocks that we've been wanting them for, like andesite. Why is there not an andesite slab? There are so many things. They've also talked about kind of adding consistency to the textures in Minecraft. And my texture pack actually does a lot of that on its own. Perfect example, mossy cobble. Why is vanilla mossy cobble like this super vibrant, almost like bluish green, and then mossy stone brick is this color green? Why is that? Why? That makes no sense. Why are they not the same? Why is moss different colors, whether it's brick or cobble? It's just strange. So they're talking about revisiting some of the textures and adding consistency to them, which I think is a great idea. I do that in my texture pack. BWO does that with a lot of textures in his texture pack. And I think there's a lot of textures that really should be changed because they just don't make sense. Like, the mossy cobble is the most obvious example in my opinion. But then, like, stone. Why are stone slabs a different texture than regular stone? That also makes no sense to me. I would much rather have a slab with the regular stone texture on it, to be honest. Like, I would use that so often for so many things, it would be insane. Also, I need to find where all of my hardened clay is. I thought I had a bunch, but I may not. I may have to go to the mining mesa. Shooting off fireworks, I guess. That's all right. Anyway, so that's kind of one of those weird things as well, where I'm not really sure why there's a difference there. Or chests. Why do we have, different colored doors, but no different colored chests and trapdoors, right? Like, why is there oak, spruce, birch, dark oak, acacia, and what wood am I missing? I'm missing a wood. It doesn't matter. Why are there all these different types of doors, but we don't have trapdoors that are different for each wood? Or different, I don't know, so on and so forth. Why do we have nether brick fences, slabs, and stairs, but we only have red nether brick blocks? So many different things. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many things that don't make sense. And I'm hoping that this update is going to revisit a lot of those. I hope we will get spruce trapdoors, just like this one. And if that happens, then I'm going to have to go into my texture pack and make some changes accordingly. I hope that we get a better glowstone texture. I hate the glowstone texture. I just haven't come up with a good replacement for it yet. I hope we get... I would love to get thatch. That would be amazing. Looking at these hay bales, oh man, would I love to have thatch to build roofs with? That would be glorious. That would be absolutely glorious. I wish they would make a lot of the changes that I have made. I don't think would really be, I think they'd be too controversial for Mojang to actually implement themselves. Wow, that looks really different. With the new color palette, that banner looks very different. It used to look like that. Actually, you know what? I should probably look at this without... Oh boy. Oh boy, guys. This is going to be the ugliest village in the history of ever. It's so bad. Oh, it's so terrible. I just want to see what the stained glass looks like. Okay. Oh, so much diorite and so much birch. I can't look at it anymore, guys. I can't do it. Oh, it's so bad. What is the correct one? I think it's this one, 1229, right? Yeah, that should be the one. Anyway, so the color palette is changing. It's becoming more vibrant. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. I think it's really going to depend on how it's implemented. A lot of the changes in my texture pack kind of suck the saturation and the color out of a lot of the textures, and that actually makes them blend a lot better, and I think it works better for the kind of medieval style that I usually build in. But if Minecraft wants to go the opposite direction and make the game more colorful and more vibrant overall, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, especially if they go in and revisit a lot of the textures and make them actually work together. Like, part of the reason that I suck the saturation out of stuff in my texture pack all the time is essentially because the textures and the colors in their current state, in their default state, just don't work for building. They're just so bad. Like, not all textures, but some of them. Purple, perfect example, clashes with absolutely everything. Endstone clashes with everything. Acacia clashes with just about everything. Dark oak is too red, so I made it grayer. I mean, there's just so many little tweaks and changes like that that really make a huge difference. Let's head into the Nether and see if this looks a little bit different here. It looks pretty much all the same. Yeah, it looks pretty much all the same. This would be the only place where the glass texture change, I think, might be a bad idea. The glass texture change that I was talking about at the very beginning of the episode that I might make to the texture pack. But I don't think it would look that bad. I think it would still be okay. So we could probably get away with it. I don't think it would look really bad at all. I think it'd be fine. But anyway, let's run over to the mining mason and kind of work on getting ourselves... Oh yeah, I've got shulker boxes in my ender chest. I'll be all right. I think that a lot of the textures could be kind of revisited and made to work with each other. Like, the purple here, I made a lot grayer and a lot less saturated. And as a result, you can kind of use it. It's still a really ugly block. But it's not as bad as it is in default in this scenario. I think this could be good. What I'm hoping is that we're going to see... Keep in mind, this snapshot that just came out with the new terracotta blocks and the concrete and all that kind of stuff, which I think are great additions to the game, by the way. I'm gonna have to spend some time in a creative world really kind of playing around with them and testing them out and seeing what I think and coming up with ideas and stuff like that. But this is the first snapshot. The very first snapshot for 1.12. And they added, 48 new blocks to the game? Or something like that? That's amazing. That's more blocks than have been added to the game since... I don't know, but a long time. It's been very long since that many blocks were added to the game, and this is only the first snapshot. I'm hoping that this snapshot is going to be very builder-focused. I'm hoping that this snapshot is going to add a lot of new blocks. I'm hoping that this snapshot is going to fix a lot of textures. I'm hoping the snapshot, my biggest hope, is that we're going to finally get the slabs and stairs and fences and all that kind of stuff for the things that we want. And I hope that the concrete and terracotta blocks are just kind of the start of what they're going to be doing with this update. With the removal of the block ID system, or I should say the overhaul of the block ID system, and making it so that we can have far more blocks in the game. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. It's like 3:40 in the morning when I'm recording this right now. With the removal of block IDs or the overhaul of the block ID system, I'm hoping to see Mojang say, okay, well, I know we've been holding off on slabs and stairs, and you've been asking for them for years, but we had a reason, and this was the reason, and here you go, slabs and stairs for all the things that it make, and some things it doesn't make sense to have slabs and stairs for. Like, I'm not really gonna hold out. I'm not gonna lose any sleep if we don't get wool slabs and wool stairs. From a realism perspective, I don't know that some of the blocks really make sense to have slabs and stairs. But I would love to see slabs and stairs for all the things that really should have them. And I hope that this is going to be the update we get that. I'm amazingly excited for this update already, and we've only gotten one snapshot. Maybe I'm just getting my hopes up. I mean, I don't know. I haven't, this is just speculation. This is all speculation. Maybe I'm just getting my hopes up, and I haven't really, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see. Time will tell. But if this update is what I hope it is, this will be the greatest Minecraft update in history, in my opinion. I am so excited. I can't even begin to explain how excited I would be if this update becomes the builder's update that I've been waiting for forever. That would make me so happy, and I think it would do wonders for kind of revitalizing Minecraft and bringing a lot of people back to the game, and more so than, say, the exploration update did. Or 1.9 added, some cool stuff. Shulker boxes are cool, but I mean, there was some updates. The last couple updates have been relatively small, which I'm perfectly fine with. I mean, I think I'm actually quite in favor of the shorter development cycle, more frequent update pattern. I like that a lot better than waiting, a year for an update. I'd much rather see smaller, more frequent updates. So I'm fine with what the last couple updates have been, but at the same time, they haven't really had much in them that's really interested me, other than, shulker boxes and the elytra. Those are two items. Those aren't things for builders. Those are things for everybody. And I think as a builder, I would love. I hope this update is what I think it is. And my dreams will probably be crushed when it turns out that that's not the case, but we'll find out. Either way, though, guys, I've been rambling for far too long, and I am out of time for this episode. So I'm going to go ahead and call this one right here. My friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.